I never thought I would end up telling this story. To be honest, for a long time I was too ashamed to even think about it. But sometimes life throws you into situations so unexpected, so raw, that you either bury them forever or let them out, hoping someone will understand. My name is Daniel. I'm 31 years old, and up until last year I thought I had the perfect life. I had a stable job in marketing, a cozy apartment in the city, and most importantly, I had Emily. She was 28, a school teacher, and to me she was everything I ever wanted in a partner. Kind, funny, supportive, and with this ability to light up every room she walked into. We had been together for 4 years. We weren't married yet, but we often talked about it. She even left magazines with engagement rings and wedding dresses accidentally on the coffee table. I laughed about it, but deep inside I was ready too. I wanted to marry her. I trusted her completely. Emily wasn't just my girlfriend. She was my best friend. We cooked together on weekends, binged TV shows until late at night, and even had this silly tradition of writing each other short notes whenever one of us left the apartment before the other. On mornings when she had to leave for school early, I'd find a sticky note on the fridge saying something like, "Don't forget to eat breakfast, love. I'll see you tonight, E." To anyone on the outside, we were the perfect couple. And to be fair, I thought so too. But the thing about perfection is that it's fragile. Sometimes it's just a glass surface hiding cracks that you don't see until it finally shatters. The first crack appeared on a random Tuesday night. Emily said she had a teacher's meeting after school and that she'd be home later than usual. Nothing unusual. I mean, teachers do have those meetings. But when she came home, she was strangely quiet. Her smile was there, but it didn't reach her eyes. "Everything okay?" I asked while handing her a glass of wine. "Yeah, just tired," she replied quickly, almost too quickly, before kissing me on the cheek and heading straight to the shower. At the time, I didn't think much of it. People have long days. Not everything means something, right? But then it started happening more often. Meetings, late nights, a new perfume I didn't recognize, and once when I went to hug her after she came home, I caught a faint whiff of cologne on her jacket. It wasn't mine. I tried to push the thought away. I told myself I was being paranoid. Emily loved me. She would never. No, I refused to even finish that thought. But the human heart has its own instincts, and no matter how much you fight them, they keep whispering the truth. One night, as we were lying in bed, Emily's phone buzzed on the nightstand. She had fallen asleep, her back to me, her breathing steady. I don't usually go through her phone. I hated the idea of snooping, but that night, I stared at the glowing screen, at the notification that flashed for a brief second. It was a message from someone named A. Just one letter. And the preview of the text made my stomach drop. "Can't stop thinking about last night." I froze. My chest tightened as I stared at that notification glowing in the dark room. "Can't stop thinking about last night." I wanted to wake Emily up, shake her, demand an explanation, but instead, I just sat there in silence, my heart pounding so loudly I was afraid it would wake her. My mind raced. Who was A? A friend? A colleague? No, no one texts like that. The way the words were written, it wasn't casual. It was intimate. It was forbidden. I placed the phone back on the nightstand and rolled onto my back, staring at the ceiling. For the first time in 4 years, I couldn't fall asleep next to her. The next morning, Emily acted like nothing was wrong. She kissed me on the lips, smiled, and said, "Don't wait for me tonight. We have another late staff meeting." Another meeting. The word made my stomach twist. When she left, I sat at the table with my coffee, staring at the door long after it closed. My instincts screamed at me to check her phone, but she always kept it locked, and even if I could, I wasn't sure I wanted to see the truth. But once the seed of doubt is planted, it grows like wildfire. That evening, I decided to test her. I told her I was going out with coworkers for drinks. She seemed relieved, too relieved. She kissed me quickly and said, "Have fun. Don't wait up for me either." Instead of going out, I parked my car a block away from her school. It felt wrong, like I was some kind of stalker, but my gut told me I needed to know. At around 6:30 p.m., I saw her walk out of the building, not alone, but with a man, tall, dark-haired, probably in his 30s. He wore a navy suit and carried a leather briefcase. They didn't hold hands, but the way they stood close together, I knew. I just knew. They walked toward a black car, and as they reached it, Emily laughed at something he said. That laugh, the same one she used with me. My stomach churned. She looked happy, happier than she had been with me in weeks. I wanted to storm out, confront them right there on the street, but my legs wouldn't move. Instead, I just sat in the car, gripping the steering wheel until my knuckles turned white, watching them drive away. That night, when Emily finally came home around 10:30, she smelled faintly of that same cologne again. She leaned over and kissed me on the forehead. "Sorry I'm late, babe. The meeting went long." I forced a smile, pretending everything was normal, pretending I didn't know. But inside, I was breaking. The next few days were torture. I watched her carefully, memorizing every detail, the way she typed on her phone with a hidden smile, the way she suddenly took extra care with her appearance before leaving for meetings. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. One night, after she fell asleep, I picked up her phone again. She had changed her passcode, but I knew Emily. She always used some. Then I tried the day we moved in together, and just like that, the screen unlocked. My hands shook as I opened her messages. There it was, a thread with Aaron. So A had a name. The messages confirmed everything I feared. I can't wait until we don't have to sneak around anymore. Last night was amazing. I still feel your touch. When are you going to tell him? My vision blurred with tears. My throat closed up. Every word on that screen was like a knife twisting deeper into my chest. I couldn't read anymore. I set the phone down and stumbled into the bathroom, staring at my reflection in the mirror. I looked like a ghost, pale, hollow, broken. And in that moment, I realized two things. First, the woman I loved, the woman I wanted to marry, was betraying me. And second, she was planning to leave me. The next morning, I couldn't even look at Emily the same way. Every time she smiled, every time she touched my hand, all I saw were those messages. Her laughter felt fake, her affection rehearsed. But I knew I couldn't keep pretending forever. I had to confront her. That evening, she came home later than usual. She dropped her bag on the couch and kicked off her shoes. God, what a day, she sighed, walking toward the kitchen. I need a shower. I followed her, my heart hammering in my chest. Emily, I said, my voice trembling, we need to talk. She froze, her back to me, then slowly turned around. What's wrong? I swallowed hard. Who is Aaron? For a split second, her face drained of color. She opened her mouth, then closed it again. Finally, she whispered, Where did you hear that name? I saw your messages, I admitted, my voice cracked. I know everything. Silence, just silence. Emily's eyes filled with tears, but she didn't deny it. She didn't even try. Instead, she sat down at the table and put her face in her hands. I didn't mean for you to find out like this, she whispered. The words cut me like glass. Didn't mean for me to find out like this. So it was true. All of it. How long? I demanded. How long has this been going on? She looked up, her face pale and broken. Almost a year. A year. 12 months of lies, of kisses that weren't meant for me, of nights she claimed to be working late while she was with him. My whole body shook with rage. Why? My voice was barely a whisper. Why would you do this to me? I gave you everything, Emily. I loved you. I love you too, she cried suddenly, cutting me off. The room went silent again. I stared at her, my chest heaving. You love me, I repeated, my voice full of disbelief. You love me while sleeping with someone else? While telling him you can't wait to leave me? She burst into tears. You don't understand. It's not what you think. Not what I think, I shouted. I saw the messages. Don't lie to me anymore. She shook her head, gripping the edge of the table as if she might collapse. It's complicated, Daniel. You don't know the whole story. Then tell me, I roared. Tell me the story, because right now all I see is betrayal. Her lips trembled. Her eyes darted to the floor, then back to me. She hesitated for a long time, and when she finally spoke, her voice was barely audible. Aaron isn't just someone. He's... She paused, her eyes filling with a strange mixture of fear and guilt. He's my husband.
The words hung in the air like a death sentence. He's my husband. For a moment, I thought I misheard her. My brain couldn't even process it. My knees went weak, and I had to grip the back of a chair to keep from falling. You're... what? I whispered, my voice shaking. Emily's tears streamed down her face as she nodded. My husband. We've been married for 6 years. My stomach twisted violently. The room spun. 6 years? That meant all this time, our entire relationship. I staggered backward, shaking my head. No, that's impossible. You and I, 4 years, we've lived together, we've planned our future. I know, she sobbed. I never meant for it to go this far. I met you when things with Aaron were complicated. We were separated, I swear. I didn't even tell anyone about him, and then you came into my life, and you made me feel alive again. I felt like I was drowning. So what was I, Emily? A placeholder? A distraction until you patched things up with your husband? Her lips trembled. No, you were never just that. I love you, Daniel. I do. But Aaron, he came back into my life. We reconnected. And then everything got messy. Messy. That was her word for it. Messy. I laughed bitterly, though nothing about it felt funny. So let me get this straight. You've been cheating on me with your husband. She flinched. It sounds terrible when you say it like that. Because it is terrible, I snapped. Do you have any idea what you've done to me? You let me believe we had a future together when all along you were still married. God, Emily, who are you? She buried her face in her hands, sobbing uncontrollably. For a brief moment I almost felt pity, but then the anger surged back. All those nights, all those lies. You let me think I was paranoid. You made me feel guilty for doubting you. I didn't want to lose you, she whispered through her tears. You lost me the moment you lied. The silence between us was deafening. I could hear the hum of the refrigerator, the ticking of the clock, the sound of my own ragged breathing. Finally, I asked the question that had been clawing at my chest. So what now? Are you leaving me for him? Was that the plan? Emily's eyes flickered with guilt. She didn't answer right away. Emily, I pressed, my voice cold. Answer me. She took a shaky breath. He wants me back. He's been asking me to move in with him again, and I don't know what to do. The final piece of my world shattered. Not only had she been lying for years, but now she was standing in front of me, torn between me and the man she had vowed her life to. I wanted to scream, to break something, to erase the last 4 years from existence. Instead, I just stood there, hollow, my voice barely a whisper. You've already made your choice, Emily. You just don't have the courage to admit it. I don't remember much of the hours that followed. It felt like I was walking through fog, every movement heavy, every breath sharp and painful. Emily tried to speak, to explain, but her words blended into white noise. Eventually, I packed a bag. Just a few clothes, my laptop, some essentials. I couldn't stay there, not in the same apartment where we had laughed, cooked, and dreamed, where every wall now screamed with betrayal. Daniel, please, Emily begged, grabbing my arm. Don't leave like this. Let's talk. I pulled away. Talk? For 4 years you had every chance to talk. Instead, you chose to lie. She sobbed, reaching for me again, but I shook my head. My voice came out cold, almost unrecognizable. I can't live in someone else's shadow, and I won't fight for someone who was never mine to begin with. Her knees buckled as she collapsed onto the floor, crying into her hands. I walked out without looking back. The next weeks were hell. I crashed at a friend's place, buried myself in work, tried to outrun the pain. But no matter how busy I kept myself, the memories haunted me. The way she laughed with him, the way she said she loved me while wearing another man's ring. Then, one night, I got a call, a number I didn't recognize. "Daniel?" a male voice asked. "Yes," I said cautiously. "This is Aaron." My chest tightened. His voice was calm, almost too calm. "We need to talk about Emily." I hesitated, torn between slamming the phone down and screaming at him, but something in his tone, cold, deliberate, froze me. "What about her?" I asked. There was a long pause. Then he said, "She's been lying to both of us." My blood ran cold. "What do you mean? She told you we were working things out, didn't she? That she was choosing between us?" His laugh was bitter, hollow. "That was never the truth." My grip tightened on the phone. "Then what is the truth?" Another silence. Then his voice dropped, dark and steady. "Emily has another man. Neither of us were her only one." The words hit me like a truck. I staggered, pressing my hand against the wall to keep from falling. "She's been playing us both," Aaron continued. "I hired a private investigator. She's been seeing someone else, behind our backs. I thought you deserved to know." I couldn't breathe. My heart pounded in my chest as the final cruel twist unraveled. For 4 years, I thought I was the secret lover. Then I learned I was the other man to her husband. And now, I realized we were both just pieces in Emily's twisted game. When Aaron hung up, I just stood there in silence, phone still in my hand, as if the world had tilted beneath me. It wasn't just betrayal anymore. It wasn't just lies. It was layers of deceit, stacked so high I couldn't even see where the truth began. Emily wasn't torn between two men. She wasn't lost or confused. She was living a double life, maybe even a triple one. And I, like Aaron, was nothing more than a pawn. The next day, I couldn't stop myself. I drove back to the apartment, the place that once felt like home. When Emily opened the door, her face lit up for a split second. Relief, maybe hope, but I didn't smile. I didn't step inside. I just looked at her and said, "How many, Emily?" Her smile faltered. What are you talking about?" I swallowed the lump in my throat. "Don't lie to me anymore. Aaron called me. He knows, I know. How many men have there been?" Her eyes widened in shock, then darted to the floor. For the first time, she had no quick excuse, no carefully prepared line. Only silence. That silence was my answer. Something inside me finally snapped, not with anger, not with rage, but with finality. The pain burned itself out, leaving only emptiness behind. "You ruined everything," I whispered. "Not just us, not just your marriage. You ruined me. I don't even know who I am anymore." Tears welled in her eyes. "Daniel, please. I never wanted to hurt you." I stepped back, shaking my head. "You didn't just hurt me, you destroyed me." And with that, I walked away for the last time. It's been months since that night. People always say time heals, but the truth is, it doesn't heal everything. Some wounds just scar over, leaving marks you'll carry forever. I don't know where Emily is now. With Aaron? With the other man? Maybe with someone new entirely. But wherever she is, she's no longer my problem. As for me, I'm learning to live again. Slowly, carefully. Sometimes late at night, I catch myself staring at the ceiling, remembering the life I thought I had, the love I thought was real. And then I remember the truth, that everything was a lie. And maybe the lesson isn't about her at all. Maybe it's about me, about the strength it takes to walk away, even when your heart is still chained to someone who never truly belonged to you. Because in the end, the most shocking twist wasn't that Emily betrayed me. It was that I survived it. Like and subscribe to the channel if you like the story.